everybody, welcome back. And just welcome back to another episode of the Get Inspired, Stay Inspired series. And it's also like a podcast series. So it's great to have you back. And if you haven't watched any of the previous episodes or listened to the previous episodes in the series, please do go back and watch them. I told you how this was a major step for me, and definitely is. I could have just stuck to my books and writing, which I love, and those of you who know me, it's something that I've always done since childhood up to now. But getting in front of the camera, that was a different challenge. That was, gosh, as I said, it's not been easy. It's not something that I've said, I want to do from day one. It was like, no. And then finally, one day I just said, no, I've got to get this going. I've got to do my channel. Do you know, the interesting thing is, something really, really funny is, when I first got started, I did sort of sign up to YouTube, and I did do a few videos. I don't know, I mean, if you're on my channel now and you dig back into my archive, you'll see in the early days, really far back, I did, I look a hell of a lot younger, I can tell you that, when I started those first videos. But in the end, I decided to, stop doing them and, stick to my writing. But I should have carried on. I realised, gosh, I should have carried that on, because that was really back in the day when I think YouTube hadn't been going a lot, hadn't been going that long. And I thought, gosh, I should have carried on. But, I said, now let me stick to the writing. And, sometimes the thing with videos, it's great now. We're doing it on our mobile phones and just, literally almost that they're done. We just put an intro and an outro and then bam, they're done. But back in those days, you were recording it and then trying to edit it. It was just taking up too much of my time, and I thought, you know what, let's just stick to writing. Let's just concentrate on the writing. But everything has gone full circle now, and I thought, I would love to expand what I'm doing, and I would love to grow subscribers, because I want to not just write now, I want to teach and share some of the insights and wisdom that I get through my writings, because hey, if I don't teach it, who is? It's not going to be easy for someone to read my books and say, okay, I get it, I'll teach what she wrote. I'm around, so I've written this, so why don't I just teach it and share it in a way that is easy to understand, because it's not so easy to read channeled passages or channeled writings and interpret them that easy. Even me, as I said, it was like putting together a jigsaw puzzle. But now I've got it now. I've got a lot of it. And sometimes I kind of have to refer to my writings to make sure that, I am on track in sharing what came through. And I have to kind of go back and read things and say, okay, I get that. Let me go back now and interpret it in a much easier way. So, it's not easy to do this, but as I said, this is information and knowledge I didn't know, but through my writings, I've got to know it. So have a guess what? It's up to me to share it and to impart that knowledge to others. And one of the things we did or spoke about in the previous episodes, I do remember, was that I was going to cover a few more in-depth things with you. And, we were talking, if you haven't watched the previous episodes, please go back and do so to bring yourself up to speed on where we're at now. But I was kind of sharing with you the concept of understanding yourself, which I refer to as the inner you, and that the importance of understanding yourself and understanding the inner you as a person helped you support a good connection with your soul and with your mind. Do you remember that? Yeah, I hope I didn't lose you or you got left behind with that one. But I'm so glad you're still here with me, because that's very, very, very important. And maybe this passage I'm going to talk to you about today may kind of help you understand the importance of what we spoke about in the previous episode. Now, I did say, didn't I, that everything I do, I use, or the foundation, let's call it that, the foundation of what I do comes through talking about the writings and what came through to me. So that is the foundation of everything I do. I talk about, I understand, you know, I have to come from that place, because it's not something I said, oh, you know something, I understand about the soul and this is what I understand, and you know that it came from my mind and I said this is my understanding. No, 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 no. By doing these channeled writings, that is where, you know, the deeper sort of understanding of the soul evolved as part of this process, and that is where it all stemmed from. And then the more information that came through and the more I gathered, and then I tried to piece it together, that's when I realized that everything that I was talking about, that was writing and coming through to me, was about the soul. And I didn't know this stuff. I really, really did not know this stuff. But now that I know through my writings, I'm sharing that with you. Now, why am I doing that? Because I want you to understand it, to empower yourself. I want you to understand it so that you can find inner strength and power in your life and in doing what you want to do. Oh my gosh, my battery's dying on my on my iPad. But I want you to have that inner power and strength, because you know you need to use it. And that's what you need to do. Learn how to use it to get through. One of my passages was, get through the hurdles of life. And if you see life as kind of trying to jump over hurdles, you know, it can be like that sometimes. It can feel like that in many ways. And it's so important that you learn this information, because not only is it going to help you, I feel it will help those you know. And I feel it could even spread in its understanding so that we can help each other. And all in all, if you guys can understand this and we can share it amongst humanity and improve ourselves as human beings, or as a group of humanity, then guess what? I've fulfilled my destiny and goal. Because remember that special question I asked once. What is the greatest gift I can give of myself? And this is it. I'm doing it now. This is the answer. It's taken me a long time. I've told you guys, I held myself back a lot. And I'm open about that, because I can't deny it. I held myself back. Why? I can't explain. But you might be going through the same thing as me. You might be holding yourself back. You might not be able to explain why. And we can just be in that place sometimes. And then that question has always been at the back of my mind. What am I doing about it? I was gifted the knowledge, the information to share. But then, what did I do about it? Fair enough, I needed to write and get more out there. And I was doing my best, I really was, trying to write more and more books. And then I started the Soulful Pathway series. So I've always been trying to share it, but it's been a snail pace. It's been, you know, I've been like a tortoise trying to get things out there in such a slow pace. You know, it's just because time becomes shared between living your life and doing other things, and time to write and time to really get all this material out there, it's something that you just end up putting things, you know, on the sideline. You have to do this, you have to do that. We're all party to it, you know, I'm no different. We all get sidetracked in some way. And yeah, this year was a turning point. It was a real turning point. As I said, I started this series with my son called Mum and Son, and I had so much fun doing it. I just thought, you know what, I need to take this to the next level, and that's why I'm here today sharing this episode. And you know, by now you must be getting to know me pretty well. I feel by what I'm sharing and the direction things are going that I am really getting to know you guys as well, and to feel that I'm not alone on this journey, or I'm not alone in people are interested, or people are journeying with me to understand what I'm saying and to take on board what I'm sharing. That is a very powerful feeling. It really makes you feel that I'm doing the best I can with this body of work, with this body of information. You know, I'm getting it out there and I'm sharing it to the best of my ability, and doing this video and doing these video series and episodes. Each episode I reveal more and more, which is great, because I didn't have to kind of be a Miss Know-It-All and, you know, say I knew it from day one. It's been evolving. I'm understanding things even deeper than some of the things that I've gone or said in my books. I'm understanding more, I'm sharing more, and I just want that to be out there to inspire others, to motivate others, to help others. You know, if somebody can watch one of my episodes and let me know in the comments, you know, how it impacted you or resonated with you, then yay, I feel fantastic. I feel, wow, even if it's just one person, you know, I don't know how many subscribers I'm going to get in the end. It could be 1, it could be 10, it could be 1,000, it could end up being 10,000, maybe 1,000,000, who knows? But I've started, I'm trying, I'm beginning, I haven't given up. I keep fighting to make sure that during my lifetime, at least, I do my best to get this knowledge and information out there to you, the people, to you, the people who make up humanity, who I feel, if this knowledge is out there and it can impact you, then it can impact loads more people, and we can all come from a more empowered place and a more empowered sense of being, and one that has what I refer to as soulful strength. If you're not kind of into that stuff, then say heartfelt strength. I've always got to consider that not everybody is kind of, yeah, soulful and connected and things like that. You know, no way. You may be watching this just for the factor of getting some positivity and motivation. And what I'm trying to do is give you that, but also tap into some of the deeper things that you may not have thought about, or you may not have thought worth utilizing. And they're going along, you know, you're going along in life and they're going kind of ignored without realizing it. That's all. So I'm using this sort of opportunity to kind of revisit things in our lives that we may take for granted, we may not have thought through, we may have kind of sideline, and saying to you, hey, don't forget that, you know, you can do this, you can do that. Did you know this? Did you know that? This is what I found out. I'm sharing it with you. Is it of benefit? You know, are you learning something? Do you feel it's of value? And hey guys, we're just chugging along alongside me in the best way we can, and I'm doing it in the best way I can. You know, at the end of the day, no one's showing me how to share my work. I'm the one who's got to step up, be a leader, and say, yeah, I wrote this, and you know, even though it's channeled works, I now understand them, and I'm now going to share them and be open about the teachings and inspirations that have come through as part of this whole process. So there we go. Gosh, already it's almost 15 minutes in and I haven't even read the passage. But anyway, please forgive me. But I like this one because you know why I like it? It follows on a bit from what we did in the previous episode. And I've kind of chosen it because I felt that it would help me lead on to the next stage. Obviously, not all of them are going to be like that, you know. As I said, I picked them out at random. But when I saw this one, I thought, that one ties in quite well with what I spoke about in the previous episode. So let's delve into this one. Now, this one is called, because my battery's going to die out in a minute, so I want to read it quickly. This one says, voice of encouragement. Let me awaken the voice of encouragement, which resides deep within my soul. Now, as I said in the previous episode, you can just read that and say, oh yes, voice of encouragement rises. Okay, let me turn to the next one. But what I'm getting at here, and my interpretation, which I love sharing, as I said, is my interpretation. You may have your own. If you listen to that passage, or if you're reading that passage, you may have a different interpretation. But my interpretation, I feel it kind of continues off where we left off in the previous episode. And that's why I said I chose this one, because it says, let me awaken. Now, when I spoke about self-understanding in the previous episode, I really wanted you to tap into yourself. And I said, write down who you feel you are, or who you feel you understand yourself to be. Not your just physical self that's buzzing around and living in the part of the world, but the deeper, deeper, deeper person you feel you're meant to be. Put that into words. And the reason I want you to put that into words is because they're probably going to be words you've never written before about yourself. And as I said, remember, those words are just of you, about you, for you. You know, I never said that, but I just said it now. They're words that no one else has seen. You've not told your family, your friends, your son, your mum, your brother, your father, you're not told anyone those. These are your own words to yourself about yourself. Keep that on a bit of paper, or keep that on your phone, or whatever you chose to put that down. That's you. That's your inner you. That's the you know you are. And I said that helps build a really strong connection, doesn't it, with whatever your beliefs are, or whatever you feel you're connected to. So if you feel you're connected on a universal and energy level, that bonds that strengthens that connection, knowing who you are. But this passage says, awaken. So now if you feel you know who you are, and you know a little bit who you are, even if you don't really know, it doesn't matter, but hopefully you put something down. You can expand on that, okay? For now, it's just the start. Don't worry about it. It's no big deal. It's just the start. But awaken to the voice of encouragement. Now, I love that word awaken. That means you need to stir yourself. You need to awaken yourself. You need to kick yourself up the butt and say, hey, this is me. This is my inner you. This is the real, true me, the soulful me. Okay, and I need to awaken it. I need to awaken that part of myself. It's probably lay dormant, or has lain dormant. Is that such a word, lain? Laid, this is probably laid dormant throughout your whole life. It did for mine, literally, you know. When did I kind of get awakened? Soulful awakening, you know, when I started writing. So I'm no different to you. It may never have been awakened if you weren't maybe talking to me now, or maybe it has been awakened once before in your life. Let me know in the comments. You may have been through something that awakened that, but then bam, you went back down to, you know, not building on that connection. But I love this word, awaken. Now, what is it awakening? Now, in this passage, it says, awaken the voice of encouragement. Okay? And it tells you that that voice resides deep within your soul. Now, I spoke to you about communicating with the soul. Inner you, the soul. The inner you, the mind. I've spoke to you about that kind of circle of communication. And also you're going to find in my book, The Soul Whisperer, it's a partnership as well. I'll delve into these partnerships and things like that later. But for now, awakening the voice of encouragement, that's the voice of the soul. And what is that voice doing? I mentioned in previous episodes, the soul is always trying to encourage you, support you, guide you, direct you. Okay? So it's very, very important that you align yourself with the soul. It's good to have a good relationship with the mind. Okay? That's I've said. But it's also important that you open up and awaken this connection with your soul. Some of you may say, well, I've never had a connection with my soul. It's just something I thought, you know, when I died, I had a soul, or, you know, I'm telling you now, if you didn't know, your soul is here with you, journeying with you as part of this physical journey. Now, in my book, I go through all the things of how it came to be and whatever, and we'll probably cover them in another episode. But for now, if you can just accept that the soul is part of your journey and it is with you at this present moment in time, it's not just going to reappear when you're gone, okay? It's part of you and is journeying with you. And I do explain how it is a part of you and all that in my book, but forget that for now, okay? Just forget that for now. Just take it for now from what you're hearing or what you're seeing on the video from me, that will say, let's take it for now that it is part of your journey, journeying with you. Now, its purpose is to support you. Listen to the voice of encouragement. Okay? And that's what it's doing. It's encouraging you all the time. Now, if you are aligned too much with your mind, you're ignoring it. You can't help it. It's been blocked out. You know, like when you hear a sound and then you start to tune out, and that's happened throughout your life. You just tuned out the soul. It wasn't intentional. You didn't do it on purpose. Because you're living in the physical world and everything is coming through your mind, you naturally found that you aligned yourself with your mind. When you need guidance, when you need answers, okay, you think in your mind, I need the answer, I need the guidance. You think that in your mind. Obviously, you may pray or you may ask out loud or tune into a higher aspect of, you know, your belief system that you may talk to about certain things for guidance and so on and so forth. But that's really good. That's really good. But what I'm trying to say is if you miss out the soul aspect of it, okay, you weaken that strength of receiving answers. You weaken that strength of, you know, getting information just from your mind. Okay, because even when you're saying your prayer or you're asking out loud, you may be just saying it to the mind, although you have a belief system that you may be saying those prayers to, which is phenomenal. Don't get me wrong, that is phenomenal. And if you take that path, then guess what? You're even closer than loads of other people by taking that path. But what about if you were to incorporate in this asking or in this requirement the soulful aspect of yourself, the strengthened bond of having a more soulful connection? What if you was to incorporate that as well? wow, you would be able to awaken the voice of your soul. Awaken it. It's been dying to talk to you. It's been dying to have a dialogue with you. It's been dying to say, wow, she's been awoken today and she's listening. I can speak to her. Or he's been awoken today and I can speak to him. The voice of your soul wants to be heard, but you have to be attuned to it. You have to open your mindset. But most importantly, self-understanding and open the inner you. And once that inner you is open to you, understand yourself a bit more. So you're awakening the voice of the soul, then the soul can begin to have dialogue with you. It can begin to guide you. That's what the passage says. And it can begin to encourage you. Okay? I said guide, but it says encourage, but similar. Yeah? It can begin to guide. It can begin to encourage. It can begin to support you. It can begin to offer answers to questions that you did not know you had to ask. Now, you may say to me, yes, but how do I know? How do you know is because you will start to get inklings and insights and intuition. Now, in my book, The Soul Whisperer, I say that intuition is the voice of the soul. So when you get intuitive guidance and you get intuitions, that is the soul speaking to you. It's the voice of the soul. That is the soul telling you things. Now, you can ignore them. Hey, we do it. We hear that little voice, but we ignore it, and then we fall flat on our face. You may hear the little voice of intuition. You've actually awakened the voice of your soul, but you are choosing to ignore it because, guess what? You've aligned yourself so strongly with the mind that you literally have tuned out the voice of the soul, and you've clicked into the mind's saying, and you say, no, I ain't going to listen to that. No way. It said I should do this, but you know what? I've tuned out. It said I should do this, but are you joking? I should do this? No way. I think I should really do this, So it's easy to tune out there. And, one of the things that I kind of want you to really, we'll talk about this in later episodes, how to keep that bond going, how to strengthen that bond, how to let it open up and reveal more, how to use the tools, as I describe it, the tools of your soul to get you where you want to go, to take you where you want to be, all those things, all those nuggets of information, we'll get to it. But for now, we're talking about just tuning in to the inner you. We're talking about awakening, the voice of the soul. Because if you can awaken or listen or start to accept that there is that bond and connection between you and your soul, you and your mind, and that bond between you and your soul can extend. It's all in diagrams, by the way, in the new version of the Soul Whisperer that I'm doing, because I think that will help, but you'll get it. But, if you listen to the previous episode and I said, let's do that little diagram of a circle, where you have your mind, you, the soul, you, as like going in a circle, little bubbles, let's say, for each one. Then if you do another bubble from you, your soul, and the universe or energy or whatever belief system you have, you can see straight away that the bond or the link is very powerful. And that's why I said, no matter what you're doing now, if you can incorporate adding the soul to that aspect, then you're going to be doubling up on strength. You're going to be doubling up on empowerment. If you ask for answers, you're doubling up on receiving them faster. Incorporating your soul into all these things means that you are doubling up on information and receiving it and growing it and becoming it and being it. You're doubling up, you're strengthening yourself, you know, motivating, empowering, believing, feeling bold, feeling courageous, feeling empowered to do whatever it is you want to do or you want to achieve. There, not only do the answers lie within the soul, you've often maybe have heard that. And, you know, when you talk about what I'm trying to get through to you here, you understand what that kind of means on a deeper level. And you're getting encouragement from it. So I love this passage. You know, I have never even viewed this passage in this way. I told you, like, I've read them, you know, they're channel passages, I've read them, but I've never had this deeper meaning, like what we're talking about now. I've never kind of, especially coming from the episode before to this episode, I've kind of tied them in together. It's not always going to be like that, you know, but I just found that and I thought, wow, that does tie in really well. So there we are. So today, think about awakening, yes, the voice of encouragement from your soul. Now, when you read those words, they will have meaning to you. They will have a deeper understanding for you, because it's not just words that you're saying, oh yeah, I've read that in my mind, I get it now, let me move to the next page. You're saying that and you say, wow, I can work on myself. I can try and awaken that soulful voice within me. And you'll understand the importance of doing so. You'll understand why you need to do so, you know, because you want to strengthen that kind of bond between the energy side of things, or what I call as the universal side of things, okay? In my book, I often say a universal form, meaning it's kind of all energy everywhere, yeah? So you're strengthening that bond as well as the bond in your physical world with your mind and what you want your mind to do on your behalf to manifest whatever it is, or to achieve whatever it is you want to achieve. So there we go. There is more to come. Don't forget to look out for the other episodes. If you haven't even listened to some of the previous ones, go back and listen. Fair enough, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, those kind of episodes, we're just getting into it, and, you know, it's all the beginning process. But as we've gone along, things have got, you know, I don't know, I just feel like I'm opening up more on many things. And you guys are obviously still here with me, so by all means, I'm hoping that you're opening up as well, and we're kind of one-on-one. And I can't wait for the day when I do some live streams, and, you know, we can really get a great dialogue going between us. For now, you're kind of having to just listen to me, and I'm going to be receiving your comments, but there is going to be a time, you know, let's get the subscribers up then, you know, share, stick a thumbs up, let's build the subscription so that I can do the live stream. You know, if I can get to, you know, say, I don't know, let's say about 2,000 subscribers, or, you know, over that or whatever, then we can start moving in that direction, and I can set like benchmarks and say, yeah, if we can get the subscription up to XYZ, then, you know, I'll do a live stream, because that's what I want to do. I really want to kind of engage and talk with people about this and things like that, rather than just me sharing it and waiting for comments and then, you know, getting back as well. And also we can have question and answer. I don't know, like, we'll have some fun. I really, really want to get to that place where there is enough subscribers going that, you know, it's worth my while, because I know that, wow, there's people out there want to hear more, want to learn more, and I want to give more and share more. So that's what this is all about. And I want to make sure you guys get it. So you change your lives, you get positive, you get motivated, you get empowered, and you see yourself in a different light. And that's really what these teachings are about. And yeah, I want to share them. So, you know, no more hiding away from me, no more keeping this on my laptop, no more keeping this to myself. You know, this is it. I'm going to be out there sharing this knowledge, this wisdom, this understanding. And by sharing it, I feel so happy. Like, I feel my destiny is unfolding in a fantastic way, in a way that, you know, I never dreamed possible, because guess what? I held back so much and took so long, but it's never too late. It's never too late for you either. So yeah, take a leaf out of my book and, you know, start turning a corner. I did it, you can do it. Anyway, I hope you've really enjoyed this episode, and I'm definitely overjoyed like you are here still with me, and you're understanding what I'm saying, and you're getting it, and you're staying the course, if you like, of this episode and of this series, and I'm really happy about that. So yeah, listen, don't forget, keep sharing, leave your comments, and I will leave details in the description for you of all my work. Don't forget, if you need little pick-me-ups in between now and my next episode, check out my Instagram, check out my Twitter. I've got loads and loads of information there to just give you little pick-me-ups throughout the day, throughout the week. You know, I'm hoping that I'll definitely be bringing one episode out a week at the latest, you know, or what do you mean at the latest? At the least, put it that way. That's my kind of goal, to make sure that there's one episode going out a week. And then, yeah, if I can, you know, get more support and have more time, then I'll be doing these episodes, you know, twice a week, and so on and so forth. And who knows, I might be doing one a day if we can get that, you know, maybe when I've had over 10,000 subscribers or something, I'll be able to do that. Now, if you love what I do and you do support me or wish to support me, then check out my Patreon page. It's very new, I'm building it up, and every bit of support means I can do more, teach more, and share more, and empower you, you know, in the best way that I can. So the more the merrier, hey. But yeah, check that out if you like it. I've got some, you know, nuggets in there for my patrons that, you know, I will be sharing a little bit more, actually not a little bit more, a lot more deeper stuff, but I'll reserve that for my wonderful patrons. But you, as being on my channel, you're getting a lot of me anyway. So thanks so much for listening. Have a wonderful day. Stay positive, stay motivated, stay inspired. Don't forget to work on that inner you. Write down what you feel you are, so that you can unlock, yeah, your soulful communication and encouragement. Let's see what happens. Tell me and I'll know in the next episode. Watch out for the next episode, by the way. It's coming soon. Love and light to you all. Have a wonderful day, and thanks so much for being part of this episode. Look out for the next one. Take care. Bye.